Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, you folks, on Platter video series of videos I do for the line. We go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that at the time I'm doing this, folks. Yeah, Naruto is famous for its ramen, but hardly anybody talks about how it fell the fuck off after the goddamn time skip. I'm sorry, but it did. And that comes from someone who was a giant Naruto fan up until that point. After that, it was, I mean, controversial opinion perhaps, but it just was like, I'm just going to do whatever I want. Screw the rules that I put into place. I didn't appreciate that. But anyway, my thoughts on Naruto aside. What am I trying for y'all today, folks? What am I doing? What's going on here? Well, I got a crappy old ladder off the side. I got a Peter King Thunderbolt poster up there. There's some Marvel figures. And on top of that, folks, I'm wearing a cool shirt. Folks, when I wear a cool shirt, I like to highlight the shirt. What cool shirt am I wearing? Boom! Ginger shirt. It's cool. It's sunflowers growing out of skulls. If you're not familiar with Ginger, they're a metal band out of Ukraine. They've been around for a while now. They've done some high-profile tours. Beginning of 2023, they were supposed to tour with Slipknot, but unfortunately that's when the whole Ukrainian conflict thing became a big thing. They had to cancel. But I did actually get to see them last month. And they played with POD, Vended, and a band called Space Variations, which is another Ukrainian band. I love the entire set. I got videos of each of those bands. Those videos are on this very channel, just in case you're interested. But anyway, folks, what am I trying for y'all today? Well, folks, as I sit here at the time I'm doing this, it's Christmas. I was planning to go out and visit my mom, but unfortunately, combination of factors are on her end and factors on my end. Just not going to happen today. We're going to aim for tomorrow. So instead of having a nice home-cooked meal for my wonderful mother, who I love very much, kissing a little bit of ass, but then it's like, oh wait, that's right, she doesn't do the YouTube stuff. But anyway, and I do love her anyway. She's a good lady. But instead, I'm having to scrounge for whatever I've got available. And folks, what have I got available? Boom! This might be better. Boom! For the thumbnail. Yes, indeed, folks. This is premium noodle soup from Nongshim. Tonkotsu ramen with Kuromayu black garlic oil. You can see the thing. It's fancy schmancy cup of noodles, which is cool. I'm glad that we live in this time because as somebody who is not the most adept when it comes to cooking and tends to be lazy, it's nice that we have more options available than just like the Maruchan and, you know, and stuff like that. Even though I enjoy that stuff, but. So I found this at a gas station, same gas station that has pasta to go in it, which is a pasta place in a gas station. I've reviewed some of their stuff. If you happen to be interested in what pasta from a gas station location tastes like, go watch those videos. But they had this. I've never seen this one, despite the fact that I've gone to not only quite a few gas stations, but I've actually gone to like international supermarkets and stuff. And I figured, plus, I happen to be a very big fan of the normal tonkotsu ramen, like the actual stuff. I'm fortunate where I have a place about half an hour away from me where you can get like proper ramen. I love tonkotsu ramen. Now that said, I'm more of a spicy tonkotsu ramen guy, but we're going to go with what we got. So I went over there. Super simple. Open up the thing, pour the water into the level, put it in the microwave for 4 minutes. I did 420 just because, and no, not 420 for 420 reasons. I did it for 420 because the thing is based off room temperature water, and I never have room temperature water. So I had fridge cold water, so I gave it an extra couple of 20 seconds. Mix in the stuff, do the things. You got yourself a hopefully delicious meal. Delicious. I will say, it appears to be very creamy, which is typically a good sign when you're talking about this stuff. So, I've even got chopsticks. Ha ha ha. So let's give this a shot, folks. Let's see how this goes. It's definitely going to be hot, but that's okay. Okay. Well, they're good. They are very creamy, for sure. Like, way more so than, like, because, like, with the soup base and everything that they use, it's way better than, like, what you're going to get from, like, something out of, like, Cup of Noodles or Maruchan. It's less watery, and it's more of a, you know, like, closer to an actual broth. Now, does it remind me of proper Tonkotsu ramen? A little bit. I mean, obviously, I wasn't expecting it to be super amazing or anything like that. That just wasn't going to happen. You know, it's the microwavable version of a dish that, you know, like, proper ramen broth takes, like, days to make. Like, it's a whole thing. So, obviously, it doesn't have the same depth of flavor or anything like that. But it is good. Thing is, with it being so creamy, it almost reminds me a little bit of, like, an Alfredo. It's very... I keep coming back to the word creamy. Because, like, it's super duper creamy. Like, I don't know that I've ever had a cup of noodles. Like, it's... I mean, the base is... I mean, it's obviously still, you know, watery to some extent. But it's really almost more of a sauce than it is like a broth. But yeah, I mean, it tastes good. You can taste the seasonings and stuff. Now, it did have the Kuromayu black garlic oil, which I'm guessing is where I'm getting the garlic taste from. It's not super prominent, but it is there. It does add a little something. And, I mean, the noodles themselves, they taste decent. People need to stop trying to call me while I'm doing these videos. I just had somebody go over there. It's my buddy Dan, who doesn't watch my videos, but I'm going to go over there and hit him up as soon as I'm done with this. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm down with this. Like, again, it's not anything close to the actual stuff, but I'm looking at it in terms of not being a lesser version of the real stuff, and basically being like a better version of the more commonplace, like, cup of noodle stuff. Again, your Maruchans, your cup of ramens. Now, that said, is it my favorite iteration of those? Because I've certainly done other ones. I did the Korean spicy ramen I actually did on this channel. I've had, like, cheese ramens and stuff like that. The ones that you do on the stovetop are typically the better ones, in my opinion. But these obviously have the advantage of being way more convenient. You know, you don't have to get utensils and stuff. Well, I mean, you know, chopsticks, but you don't have to get, like, pots and pans dirty or anything. So this definitely isn't the best version of, like, a fancier microwavable ramen, but I would actually say that it's probably up there. I especially do, like, I appreciate the garlic aspect of it. Like I said, the noodles came out really nice and everything. Compared to some of the ones that are spicy, you know, this one, like I said, there's almost like a pasta aspect to it. And I do appreciate the fact that I'm still getting a lot of flavor despite it not being spicy. Because a lot of times the spicy ones are better because they offer more flavor. In the case of this one, it actually has enough flavor on its own that it really doesn't need the spice. I wouldn't mind the spice because I like spiciness, but it doesn't need it. And for a cup of noodle type, you know, meal, that actually is saying something. Because again, a lot of these can be a little bit so-so, you know, they're just there to tie you over. This is a little bit more premium, a little bit more quality, so I like it. Now, that said, would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I mean, this is the only one they had at that gas station, and typically if I go to that gas station, I'm getting pasta anyway. But let's say I went to a place and I found a variety of stuff. If this was available, I think I would get this again. It wouldn't be my go-to, but I would like to have it available. For me, if I'm going to get this stuff, a lot of times I will get the cheaper ones just because they are so cheap. You can get a whole bunch of them for, you know, a couple bucks. I would probably get, like, a bunch of those, then get, like, a few, like, the Shin-chan ones are the ones that I'm a big fan of. Maybe get, like, you know, 4 to 6 of those. Maybe get a couple of these just to add it into, you know, add it into the pile of interesting stuff to eat. But yeah, I like it. Now, would I recommend it to other people? I mean, it all depends on what you're going for, folks. If you're watching this channel, chances are, you know, you might be a little bit similar to me in some of my tastes. You know, so you have to look at it from the perspective of being a microwavable meal. This is definitely better than a Maruchan, than, you know, a cup of ramen. So in that aspect, I would recommend it. But obviously, if you're somebody who's not into that, then there's really, I don't think this is going to convert you or anything, even though it is a better product. But anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me on this one. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. And folks, you can go over there and have yourselves a truly ramen-tastic rest of your life. Because, folks, proper ramen, oh, it's amazing. Final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity to the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You try not to be an asshole. That's not the easiest thing in the world to do, folks. Even with delicious ramen available to you. But on top of that, folks, maybe you're not around delicious ramen. I'm fortunate in that I have ramen available to me. It's actually available in a few spots. Particularly, a little bit of a plug, a place called Ramen Misoya in Mount Prospect, Illinois. Absolutely hit that place up. Phenomenal. But even with that being the case, we find ourselves in stressful situations, you know. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for those around us and for ourselves. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there, maybe you're going to try, maybe you're going to find some premium noodle soup tonkotsu ramen with Kuromayu black garlic oil, as I have done. Maybe you're going to try it out, you're going to be like, it's pretty good. Pretty good. I love it. All right. Okay, it's pretty good. But you're going to be like, you know what? I wonder if there's any actual proper ramen spots around me. So you go over there, you go on the Google and such, and you look around. Turns out there's a ramen spot. Maybe it's a little bit out of the way. But you're like, you know what? I'm going to believe in that fat guy on the YouTube channel. He had a ginger shirt on. He knows what he's talking about. So you're going to go over there, you're going to make the trek. You're going to try it out. Folks, it's going to be amazing. I can almost promise you that. Hopefully. It's going to be so amazing. You're going to go over there and be like, you know what? I'm going to go to Japan. I'm going to go over there and try like the super authentic stuff, and it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be amazing. And then while you're doing that, you can do your old buddy Brandon a flavor. You can stop off at Kishimoto's office, the guy who made Naruto. You can go there and yell at him and tell him what the fuck would happen to that series. That's not entirely fair. Some of the later stuff is good too. Killer Bee's awesome, I'm not going to lie. But at the very least, yell at him for killing off Dosu. Dosu's my favorite character. Don't care that he died. For the longest time, I wasn't willing to believe it. Or conversely, you could go over there and just find yourself a good ramen spot and just go over there and try out ramen normally and not go over there and badger Kishimoto. Don't badger Kishimoto, even if he killed off Dosu. Bye!